Hi, welcome back to channel TrainStation 2. Alright, there's an upgrade to Britain's map itself, the Tower Bridge, and of course the Tower of London. Alright, so now we can see here very detailed information. They've included so-called the Big Ben here, and of course opposite the Big Ben normally you see the London Eye, which is around the region where they have a boat there. But I must say this is highly inaccurate. So let me just show you. You go to Google Map. Alright, so Big Ben is over here. Alright, so you can see Big Ben over here, and then of course opposite of Big Ben is London Eye. All the way to the other side of the river, you see Tower London, and of course the Tower Bridge itself. Okay, so it is not as what they have indicated. The Big Ben just need to couple of walks away from the Tower Bridge. Definitely not. All right, so this is neither how it looks like. All right, so just to check, you can see here Big Ben. All right, Big Ben is not here. Big Ben is a couple of distance away. This is basically, if you just take a look, the Tower of London itself, which is just next to the Tower Bridge. That's accurate, but in terms of Big Ben, it's quite far away. Okay, so let's choose London Eye. If you look at the London Eye itself, London Eye is next to Big Ben, and again, like I said, driving it's about 17 minutes away, so it's not what it looks like as pictured in the Britain map that's shown by TrainStation 2. Alright, so if you take a look, alright, so here this is where Big Ben is. Okay, so Westminster, you can see the Big Ben next to it. That's Westminster and Big Ben next to it. Okay, so of course you've been to London, you take the subway, that's where you drop, and you see this touristy area in Big Ben. And opposite, definitely the eye-catching, they call it the London Eye. In Singapore, we call it the Singapore Flyers, and this they call it the London Eye. Okay, so it's basically a revolving flyers in a way. Then of course, then we have the famous Tower Bridge. Okay, so if you talk about London Bridge, this is not London Bridge. Okay, if you talk about the folk song, it's totally different. That's Tower Bridge. Alright, so now back to the competition itself, which is now we're entering into the third competition of this car event. Make sure you have your car plan working round the clock, because generally that is what it takes to basically produce tons and tons of this car parts that's required. So far managed to level up to 399, trying to maintain it there. We still got one more level to go, because I really do not want to leave Russia. So once I hit 400, I'll need to, no choice but move to region 7, and we gotta leave Russia in region 6. Why am I so reluctant to leave Russia? Because generally, you do understand, after a long while in Russia, I've so-called upgraded my trains, have a large fleet and whatnot. Winning competitions is so much easier in Russia than when you establish your new foothold in the new region, for me in region 7. So when I go to region 7, I will not have any trains. So I basically maybe I'll try ETO. I'm not too sure whether it still works. I heard people saying that ETO is no longer working. ETO stands for event trains only. So in other words, you cannot have any so-called containers open, because if you have containers open, you're getting region trains, and that would destroy the ETO. So event trains only means there's only event trains. So why you want to get event trains only? Because event trains come with huge capacity, especially the legendary comes with 40. Imagine we have both the legendary and the new region. We will have 80 capacity in a way. But apparently what is going to happen is that jobs given to you are based on trains that you have. Okay, so that's how the ETO strategy works, which means that they give you jobs whereby you have high capacity because you're getting event trains. That's how people basically make use of ETO to win competition, because unlike us, where we go to a new region where we have a common train, is 4 capacity, the rare is 6. I think if you're not wrong, the epic is about 12 if I'm not wrong. So you gotta upgrade your trains. Even the legendary is very tiny at 20. So if you use all event trains, definitely you're so much better off as a start, and definitely that's how it works. Okay, so now I started with a balance of 1 day and 14 hours, so I'm starting at about 10 hours late. Looks good to me because first time able to start on time. On time means having a good ranking, alright? Not really on time, but rather appropriate time. So 10 hours late seems to work for me in terms of a 2 days event. Do not exceed 12 hours, or even it should be safe to be 11 plus, because I did mention again 36 hours required to qualify for competitions. So you just got to bear in mind that. So if you're thinking about 3 days event, then how it works, basically you just take 3 times 24, and then you get your 72, and then just minus 36. Basically you're gonna join before the 36 hours, so it's 35 plus. Okay, as for 48 hours 2 days, it's about 11 plus. Okay, so that's the latest you can join. It's not really the full advantage whereby you join the last moment. Just imagine this: I joined this group at roughly about 10 hours late or so. There are still a lot of empty spaces after an hour plus, so it means that if you have joined like later, probably 11 plus hours, you'll be joining the same group as I am, but I have already started near to 2 hours before you. So that's what I meant. Normally people on top would have a head start about 2 hours or so, so you got to catch the right timing. For me, I've tested, I've catch it at about 10 hours, roughly about 9 plus 10 hours. But if I join too early, I may be joining the end of the other group. Alright, so do not forget about your ship trade as well, because they give you blue maps. And for me, I'm attracted by that gems. I'm really gem poor, to be honest with you, having to watch one video for a gem once in a while. And if I'm able to catch ship trade with gems, I'll do it. That's what I did. Basically only having 17 gems right now, can't even afford additional dispatcher. That's putting me down, because in such intense short competition we need an additional dispatcher by rights, but we couldn't afford it, but there's no choice. Apparently just aiming for hopefully top 5, and then hopefully the next round we would be able to have sufficient 1000 coins. Only worried is that I may only start with one legendary event train when I go to the region 7. So I really do not know how that works, but if really once it's go over to the next region and it giving me trains that I do not have jobs, it means that ETO strategy doesn't work anymore. In that case, I will have to basically spend all my 7,000 keys or so, 76 containers to be opened. If I'm spending everything I have, 7,600 keys on 100 key containers. But of course, I'll try my luck on a few of the 200 keys container. But let's see how that works out. I have one more train on standby, which is from Russia last job. There's a legendary there. So that will be my contingency plan, in addition to what I'm planning to do with 7,600 keys. So these are my two contingency plan when I go over to region 7. If you ask me, is it sufficient with 7,600 keys? No, it is not. People normally cross a region with 10 over 1,000 keys. I would say lots and lots of parts, and almost some of them went over with hundreds of thousands of coins. So for me, I'm not really well prepared to cross, but what to do? I'm a Apple player and a free-to-play. So Android player, definitely you can get lots of gems from playing related games. That's how Android players are rewarded by Pixel Federation, because of the partners with Android game partners there. So affiliated games that you played as an Android player, you are rewarded with gems. So if really you're starting a new game, start with Android. But for me it's a bit tough, because I do not have an Android device, so that doesn't really work. And furthermore, I'm using iMovie, which is on the iPhone, to create all this video, so it doesn't really work for me. That's fine. I mean, at least probably you can have the same sentiment if you are an Apple player. And then of course we just got to work hard. Alright, so I'm coming towards the end of this video. Thank you for watching. I'll continue to work hard. See you. Goodbye.